ceremony. We would like to welcome the students, faculty, parents, and the presenters of the scholarships here today. Would you now please stand for the pledge? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, for liberty and justice for all. The first section of the ceremony this morning is the scholarships. The National Merit Scholarship, the Robert Byrd Scholarship, the Board of Regents Scholarship, and the Franklin Wise Scholarships will be presented by Dr. Nancy Meadows. The Student Council Scholarship will be given by Ms. Tara Lynn Muscala. Mrs. Sue Schneeberger will present the Band Boosters, Art Baldwin, George Lucas Memorials. Mr. Bob Parks will present the Rotary Club Scholarships. Mr. Gary Lovelace will present the Lions Club Scholarships. The Joe Mole Memorial will be given by Mr. John Baker. The Academic Boosters Club Scholarships will be presented by Mrs. Mary Novak. Mrs. Elaine Lyron will award the Women's Club Scholarships. The Scholarship Foundation Award will be given by Mr. Roger Havens. The Wadsworth Running Club Scholarships will be awarded by Mr. Gene Ruckman. Mr. Colin Cranston will award the Chester Fish Memorial. Mr. Charles Kreider will present the Robert Fenzan Memorial. The Winifred B. Young Memorial will be presented by Mrs. Sandy Solero, and the faculty scholarships will be given by Mrs. Patricia Allen.
Good morning. National Merit. The National Merit Program recognizes students who score in the top 5% of over 1 million participants in the preliminary scholastic aptitude test. You all remember that test. It's one of the toughest measures of math and verbal abilities. On behalf of our teachers, we salute each of these students for their high achievement, as well as their participation in class and in extracurricular activities. 2 of our students scored in the top 1%, making them semifinalists in the program. I'm pleased to recognize Patrick Coughlin, who will be attending Wright State University, and Joe Love, who is going to Wayne College. We will also recognize Naomi Futamura. She is receiving a special scholarship from the Firestone Bridgestone Corporation. If those people would please come to the stage. Students who scored in the top 5% are also recognized. They are commended for their exceptional ability and academic achievement. We have 4 of those people in the class of 1991. And if they would please come forward. John Fleming, Steve Hickernell, Jeff Stern, and Tara Palmer. Tara Palmer not only distinguishes herself with the National Merit Commendation, but also by winning the Robert Byrd Scholarship and the Ohio Board of Regents Scholarship. The Byrd Scholarship is a $1,500 award given by the United States Congress on the basis of high ACT scores, participation in activities, and achievement in the classroom. The Ohio Board of Regents Scholarship is an award of $1,000 each year for the next 4 years. Tara was selected on the basis of her high ACTs and overall grade point average. Wish to congratulate Tara and wish her the best of luck at Ohio Wesleyan University. The Franklin Wise has asked me to announce the recipient of their scholarship. The Wise is interested in trying to recognize the outstanding achievement of a former Franklin School student and to give encouragement to that student as she pursues her college goals. On behalf of the Wise, I am pleased to present their award to Michelle McComas.
Each year, Student Council awards a $300 scholarship to the senior student who exemplifies leadership and participation. This year's recipient well deserves such recognition for the involvement in Student Council for 4 years, National Honor Society, and extracurricular activities that involve a variety of sports and community-oriented activities. Last year, she won the I Dare You Award, and this year, her hard work and determination has earned her the Student Council Scholarship. During her senior year, she successfully completed her obligations as Student Council President. Next year, she'll be attending Mount Union, where I am confident she will continue to excel. I am proud to award the Student Council Scholarship to Ms. Michelle McComas.
Again this year, the Wadsworth Band Boosters would like to present 2 $500 scholarships, the Art Baldwin Scholarship and the George Lucas Scholarship. Art Baldwin was the Wadsworth High School band director for 26 years. In order to be a recipient of this scholarship, the student must major in music in college and have been active in the total band program for 3 years in high school and maintain a 2.8 grade point average. This year's recipient of the Art Baldwin Scholarship has been actively involved in the band program for 4 years in jazz band, concert band, marching band, pep band, and wind ensemble. Also has participated in the solo and ensemble contest at Akron University all 4 years. He has performed under 12 to 13 different conductors in state and national honors bands, and most recently was a member of the John Philip Sousa Honors Band, sponsored by the U.S. Marine Corps and John Philip Sousa Foundation. A $500 check will be made out to Akron University, and Tom Wyand will be a tuba major. The George Lucas Scholarship is also for $500. Mr. Lucas was active in the Band Boosters for approximately 10 years, supporting both the students and the total band program. He paid tuition to Wadsworth High School so his son Mike could be a part of the Wadsworth Band. Mike was Wadsworth's first drum major. The recipient of the George Lucas Scholarship must also have participated in the total band program for 3 years, maintaining a 2.8 grade point average, and commit to performing in a musical ensemble in college. This year's recipient of the George Lucas Scholarship has been active in the band program for 4 years.
marching band, concert band, wind ensemble, jazz band, and pep band. He has also participated in the solo and ensemble contests at Akron University and most recently performed with the honors band at Ohio Northern University. Please join me in honoring Paul Thompson as the recipient of the George Lucas Scholarship.
It is with great pleasure that I present the 1991 Rotary Scholarships. These scholarships are made possible through the efforts of the fine members, local business professionals, and especially the citizens of this fine community that make up this organization. I'd like to present these scholarships to Julie Kreider, Daniel Berg, Mike Nettles, and David Gale. If they'd please come forward.
The Wadsworth Lions Club is pleased to have now presented 28 years of scholarships. This year we'll be giving away 4 scholarships, 3 to seniors and 1 to a senior of last year who will be extending her education. The first individual has excelled in track and cross country, member of student council, has lettered in track and cross country with all Medina County honors. Representative of student council, he attended Buckeye Boys State and will attend Case Western Reserve University and majoring in nursing. Todd McMillan. Todd? Next individual is a cheerleader, member of student council, representative on student council, 3 years class officer, elected to homecoming court 2 years, and will attend Bowling Green State University. Education, major will be education. Shelley Parsons. Next individual has been in drama, the speech team, student council. He was in the lead role in Man of La Mancha. Qualified for national competition in speech. Officer for 2 years in student council. Will attend Oberlin College, and his major will be theater. Bob Klein.
The Joseph F. Moll Memorial Scholarship Fund was set up by a group of Joe's high school friends. Joe excelled not only in scholastics as well as athletics, but he also was a leader off the field in many of his extracurricular activities. He was vice president of his senior class. He was president of National Honor Society his senior year. This year's recipient exemplifies many of Joe's qualities. He was, this year's recipient participated in track, basketball, cross country, is planning to attend Case Western Reserve and major in nursing. This year's recipient is Todd McMillan.
Good morning. I am honored to represent our club as president of Academic Boosters. Academic Boosters was formed 3 years ago. Our major objective is to promote and recognize academic excellence among Wadsworth High School students. In addition to academic achievements, we choose to honor those students who display good character as evidenced by their extracurricular activities. Academic Boosters has provided the 1990-91 honor roll students with honor roll certificates, free bowling passes complimentary of Great Oaks Lane, and decorated lockers for the first 3 grading periods of this school year. Pins were provided for each teacher to give to the most improved student for the first semester. A stopwatch was provided for the reading lab. We were the grateful recipients of an anonymous $250 donation from a high school faculty member. We would like to offer our special thanks to Mr. Leggett and his entire staff for their cooperation this year and their support of our club. Today, it is my pleasure to award 4 $250 book scholarships to the students who have been selected from the local scholarship application. Our first recipient is a top scholar who ranks very high in her class. She has been a National Honor Society Vice President and President, Key Club Treasurer and Vice President, was a junior varsity basketball captain, and served on the annual staff for 2 years. She has been active in church and community services and has been instrumental in organizing many special events to benefit others. It is with great pleasure that we give this award to Amy Williams. Amy, will you come up, please? Our second winner has been involved in both drama and the National Forensic League. She was president of Wadsworth High School Latin Club, the regional membership director of the National Junior Classical League, vice president of Key Club, and was a Buckeye Girls State delegate who acted as Speaker of the House of Representatives. She has also been active in her church and in community services. We are pleased to award this book scholarship to Stephanie Bisco. Our third recipient is an excellent scholar who is in the top 10% in his class. He has been active in Key Club doing many community service projects and has been involved in drama and intramurals. His interest in playing the guitar has inspired him to form a band where he exercises his musical talents. He is currently employed at the Wadsworth Public Library. We are pleased to present a $250 book scholarship to Nate Kilker. Our fourth recipient is a fine student who has been involved in drama and the National Forensic League. He was a member of the Spanish Club and Ski Club. He has been involved in community services by being an assistant coach for Little League Baseball, and he has been on the Bruin staff for 3 years, acting as editor-in-chief this past year. It is with great pleasure that we present this award to Jeff Stern. We offer our congratulations to these 4 well-deserving students.
Good morning. The Women's Club of Wadsworth, in an effort to maintain an identity in the community and also to touch base with the young women of our high school each month, host 2 young women who are recommended by the high school to attend our monthly meeting. At the end of the school year, a committee goes through the general applications and selects 2 women to receive a $500 achievement award. While scholarship plays an important part in this, the Women's Club of Wadsworth wants to recognize achievement
particularly in the high school years. I emphasize that the achievement need not just be school-related. We're interested in varied and a myriad of opportunities that women are now experiencing. Please, junior women, this fall, go to your counselors and get an application and attempt to be recognized by the women of the Wadsworth Women's Club. This year, we have chosen Michelle McComas and Tara Palmer as our Achievement Award winners.
Hi, I'm Mr. Havens, and I'm presently the principal at Valley View Elementary School. And I'm also serving on the Scholarship Foundation of Wadsworth, which is composed of Elaine Lyron, who is just up on stage, Charles Parsons, Ty Powers, Gwen Rivers, and me. And the purpose of our scholarship is to be awarded to a student who is showing average or above average grades and also displays a strong desire to work and has a keen work ethic. And this year I'm also giving out another scholarship, and I will announce that after this one. So the first one is a $1,000 scholarship, and the person receiving it is Jennifer Smith. So if she would come up. And the second one I get to award this year is a $1,000 scholarship in the memory of Eugene Lyron, who died a year ago. And Mr. Lyron was the former athletic director at Wadsworth High School, and he also had a great love for baseball and coached for many years. He was also a math teacher here at the high school, and the money for this award was donated by his family and friends. And it is also going to a person who is majoring in mathematics, and that is Aaron Smith. Thank you.
This will be the 5th year the Wadsworth Running Club will donate the proceeds from our 4-mile classic. We had a very successful race this past March, and I would like to thank all the people and sponsors who helped make it a success. We will donate $500 to the school of their choice to a male and female track and/or cross-country runner. Our female winner ran both sports all 4 years. She was one of the hardest working girls ever at Wadsworth High. I'd like to call up this year's winner. She's a sweetheart, Becky Gill. Our male winner was a very difficult choice. We had 2 men that were very equal in ability and desire. You could not ask for any harder workers than these 2. We are going to break tradition this year and give each one $500. Let's bring them up. They're going to sing together, Greg and Todd.
The Chester Fish Memorial Scholarship was established in memory of the late Chester Fish, fire chief and member of the Wadsworth Fire Department for over 40 years. The scholarship is funded through various methods throughout the year by members of the Wadsworth Firefighters Association, who raise funds for many projects in the city. The main fundraiser is our annual golf tournament on Labor Day weekend, which attracts golfers from many other fire departments throughout the county. Our scholarship recipient is chosen by a committee of firemen using guidelines obtained from the Wadsworth High School Guidance Department, along with a few qualifications which we established ourselves. This year, the recipient of the $1,000 Wadsworth Firefighters Association Chesterfish Memorial Scholarship is Josh Covey. Josh Covey. I guess he's not here today, but we'll get it to him.
The Robert Fenson Memorial Committee has asked me to present this year's Scholarship Award for Robert Fenson Memorial. This scholarship award was established some 8 years ago by members of the class of 1974. As Robert's chemistry teacher, I remember him as an outstanding and devoted learner, his efforts to do any task or assignment with perseverance and accuracy. After his high school years, he attended Ohio State University from 1974 to 1978. He majored in geology with strong interest in mineralogy, hydrogeology, and environmental science. Just prior to his graduation from Ohio State University, Robert's illness was diagnosed as acute leukemia, so he was not able to graduate with his class. However, in 3 ensuing months, he completed his work on the degree. During the next 3 years, he continued his education even though he was undergoing chemotherapy as a treatment for his illness. With real devotion and dedication, he attended Kent State University, worked with the Bureau of Mines in Pittsburgh, and where he was honored with a Special Achievement Award for exceptional accomplishment. Robert Fenson personifies a young man who had a strong faith in God, pursued with courage and devotion the tasks assigned to him. As one of his teachers, I remember him for these outstanding qualities. I believe that Robert Fenson's mother is in the audience this morning. Will she please stand? Now for a few words to describe this year's selection by the committee for this scholarship award in his name. By the way, this is only a partial list of the accomplishments of this student. First, this person has eagerness to learn. Secondly, demonstrates kindness, eagerness, and a willingness to help others. Third, is thrilled by being challenged. Fourth, has determination and is hardworking. And fifth, for a strong interest in medical research and the curing of disease. Sixth, has served extensively in church service and community volunteering. Further, in case you have not yet decided who this person is, I will continue in these qualities. Number one, has been member of the National Honor Society both in her junior and senior years, has participated in the Math League test for 2 years, has been a participant in both local and state soccer competition, and fourth and not least, has been an active member of the Student Council all 4 years in high school and was president of Student Council in her senior year. Does anyone have a question who it is? Miss Michelle McComas, please come forward. Check, this certificate, and this plaque, which will appear in the halls of Wadsworth High School for many years. Thank you.
Good morning. The Winifred Beach Young Scholarship was founded in 1959 to honor Florence E. Chandler by honoring an outstanding young woman. This morning, the recipient is known for her caring, pep, and vitality. This young woman has a B average and has participated in French Club, Math League, cheerleading, pep club, and key club. Plus, she has worked part-time. I would like to offer this $1,000 scholarship to Miss Angie Miller.
Good morning. In 1987, the Wadsworth High School Faculty Scholarship Fund was established to provide financial assistance to deserving graduates who have shown a strong desire to continue their education and who demonstrate the qualities necessary for success. This year, our selection committee had to consider 21 very deserving candidates. We would like, the faculty and administration would like to congratulate the class of 91 and wish you all success and Godspeed. And we would like to award now 4 $1,000 scholarships to members of the class of 91. These recipients are Bonnie Lynn, Linda Keller, Naomi Fudamura, and Lori Sheehan. Congratulations.
Good morning. The students for the Award of Distinction for Vocational Education are selected by their vocational teachers from the top 10% of each vocational program. As I call your name, would you please remain standing so everybody may see all of you? Rebecca Aker, Mike Binkley, Christy Boyer, Jennifer Davis, Mike Eddy, Rick Fike, Becky Gill, Don Joachim, Mark Juncture, Kristen Keister, Betty Kern, Scott Kelo, Brian King, Shelley Parsons, Cindy Prack, Bill Reed, Jennifer Scott, Debbie Smith, Brian Summers, Vanessa Van Arsdale, Kim Vogelsong, Eddie Yonley. Would you please give them a round of applause? Thank you. And those of you who did stand, you'll be able to pick up your certificates at commencement practice. The Dustin Kramer Award is an award given by his family. Dustin Kramer was chosen as the Outstanding Vocational Automotives Award winner in 1976 after he scored exceptionally high on the state vocational test. During his senior year, Dusty worked for Tony Perry Chevrolet, and they described him as an excellent employee. Shortly after graduation, Dustin died, and this memorial was established. Mrs. Kramer is here with us today, and we'd like to thank her for her continued support to all of our vocational students by giving a watch to an outstanding automotive student who demonstrates the knowledge of the field that Dustin loved and possesses the potential to be an outstanding employee. This year's senior definitely is a young man who deserves this award, and he's highly recommended by his teacher, Bob Rohr, Shane Huff. Elmer Larson has been a businessman in our community for many, many years. He's been a faithful supporter of our business program. He couldn't be here today, so he asked me to give the award. Several years ago, and we'll say he's been doing this award for probably 15 years, he started to increase the award 3 years ago. He's now giving a $500 savings bond. Our recipient this year is Dawn Joachim. She is a senior in the Cooperative Business Education Program. She's employed at Babcock & Wilcox as a secretary. She has been local chapter president for Business Professionals of America for 2 years. She is also a 2-year member of National Honor Society. Dawn's enthusiasm and initiative help her to excel in the business field. She's been an exceptional student and a respected leader in her class. Dawn, would you please come forward?
During the students' years here at Wadsworth High School, you all had to go through the famous health class program. During that program, you've learned many life-saving skills. Some have been able to use these skills. Through the Red Cross and the recommendation of the health class teachers, we would like to recognize one student for his outstanding accomplishments at executing the life-saving skill of CPR. This past year, John Feaster saved the life of his great-grandfather in Canada. At this time, I would like to have John come up here, and I would like to have John's grandmother, the daughter of Ira Carson, please come up here so that we could have her present John with his certificate. John, would you come up here, please?
On behalf of the Wadsworth Rotary Club, again, I would like to make one more presentation for outstanding vocational students for 1991. I have watches presented by the Rotary Club for Kristen Keister and Mark Johnson. Okay, please come forward. Kristen and Mark.
The next portion of the ceremony is the academic excellence. Mr. Rick Miller will recognize the academic decathlon team, the award of merit, academic excellence, perfect attendance, outstanding students, Bruin top staffer, and presidential academic fitness will be presented by Mr. Keith Leggett.
I'm here to recognize a group of our students that not many of you might be aware of. It's our academic decathlon team. They're a group of 9 students who divide themselves into 3 groups, roughly, according to grade point average, 2.5 to 4.0. And each one participates on their own level. Would the members of the decathlon team please come forward at this time? Heather Appleman, Lori Sheehan, Aaron Dawson, Joe Shopper, Brendan Lyons, Linda Keller, those are our seniors, and our juniors, Jennifer Bruni, Hillary Holsworth, and Beth Miller. These students work for about 8 months preparing for a one-day testing event, and like their athletic decathlon counterparts, each team member must study and prepare for 10 different academic tests. It's truly an honor to win a position on this decathlon team, Each member contributes many hours to an overall team effort. This past year, the team came in 12th in the state of Ohio, overall competition 5th in a super quiz event that this year centered on space technology. And at this time, we have certificates from the National United States Academic Decathlon for all the participants. Brendan? In addition, we have some two-year members that will be awarded pins from the United States Academic Decathlon Committee. And the two-year members are Heather Appelman and Linda Keller. Brendan Lyons was the top scorer this year. He got a gold medal. He had a bronze medal in the fine arts competition. And for the high point total for the team, he also gets one for the top scoring senior. And for our top scoring junior, there's also a pin, and that goes to Jennifer Bruni. I'd like to thank all the team members. We have 3 of the juniors coming back for next year, and 6 more to replace them, and we look forward to good competition next year. Thanks.
At this time, I want to recognize those who have maintained a 3.5 grade point average in basic studies. If you turn to the center of your bulletin, that basic studies includes 4 credits in English, 3 of math, 3 of science, 3 of foreign language, and 3 of social studies. As I call your names, would you please stand and remain standing? Daniel Berg, Janice Blau, Catherine Lynn Flynn, Linda Keller, Nathan Kilker, Bonnie Lynn, Terry Link, Todd McMillan, Joya Newman, Tara Palmer, Greg Sable, Aaron Smith, Jeff Stern, and Amy Williams. Would you all join me in a round of applause? Thank you. We have certificates for you in the library when we go to our reception. For the past several years, we have recognized students who maintain a 3.5 grade point average for the entire year. There are successive awards, beginning with a certificate the freshman year, a letter the second year, an academic letter, the third year, a pen that fixes to the academic letter, and a fourth year, a plaque. You will see the names for each grade level, freshmen, sophomores, juniors, and seniors, in your bulletin. Those seniors, I would like to make special note, those that have maintained that grade point average up through the first semester of their senior year for all 4 years. Daniel Berg, please stand. Janice Blau, Bob Klein, Jennifer Davis, Naomi Futamora, Sam Hartzler, Linda Keller, Bonnie Lynn, Terry Link, Michelle McComas, Todd McMillan, Tara Palmer, Greg Sable, and Aaron Smith, we congratulate you for 4 years of maintaining a 3.5 grade point average. We'd also like to note, and especially as seniors will enter college next year and some will be entering the labor force, something that's always important to employers, and that is that we show up for our job on time every morning. And we begin recognizing that in high school, and I want to especially recognize our seniors once again who have managed to escape the bubonic plague, the flu, in some cases senioritis, and other various and sundry types of illnesses that beset our seniors from time to time. But through it all, Jennifer Davis, please stand, Brian Dodge, Shauna Flaherty, Becky Gill, Leanne Holcomb, Julie Kohlert, Bonnie Lynn, and Josh Looper have all made perfect attendance. Congratulations. We also like to recognize through each department in the school an outstanding student in a specific area. At this time, I would like Bonnie Lynn to come forward as she represents the math department. Bonnie? For both English and Spanish, Linda Keller. For social studies, Miss Tara Palmer. And for French, Janice Blau. And for Latin, Miss Hillary Holsworth. Each of these students, there we go. Each of these students were selected on the basis of scholarship, leadership, an honest desire to learn where learning was more important perhaps than grades, and a willingness to go that extra mile. I would also like to recognize at this time our Bruin top staffer. Our school newspaper, as far as I'm concerned, is one of the best in the entire state of Ohio. And I think, yes, let's give the school newspaper a hand. This year, at the Northeastern Ohio Press Day at Kent State, our school newspaper took second place. It's operated under the tutelage of Mr. John Gramuglia, and the paper is headed under the editor-in-chief Mr. Jeff Stern, who has done an excellent job in that role. And at this time, I would like to recognize him as the Bruins' top staffer. Jeff, please come forward. The last award that I'd like to acknowledge is the Presidential's Academic Fitness Award. And this award is based on maintaining a 3.5 grade point average, having at least a 24 ACT composite, and at least 12 credits in our basic core courses. The seniors would please stand. Michelle Belden, Daniel Berg, Janice Blau, Bob Klein, Jennifer Davis, Catherine Flynn, Maria Freet, Naomi Futamara, Sam Hartzler, Steve Hickernell, Mark Johnsher, Linda Keller, Nathan Kilker, Eric Knox, Julie Kreider, Bonnie Lynn, Terry Link, Josh Looper, Brendan Lyons, Michelle McComas, Todd McMillan, Joe Mendel, Nicole Miller, Tom Morris, Mike Nettles, Joya Newman, Eric Nixon, Tara Palmer, Crystal Poole, Rob Rockhorst, Greg Sable, Lori Sheehan, Aaron Smith, Jeff Stern, Paul Thompson, and Amy Williams. Your school recognizes you, and so does the President of the United States. For all those in the bulletin that have maintained a 3.5 or a part of the Academic President Fitness Award, we will have the appropriate certificates and plaques for you at commencement practice. Thank you very much.
Good morning. You're doing real well out there. Our next award winner is a junior young lady. She's already received her check from the United States Government Savings Bond, but I'd also like her to come forward to be recognized. She won our Voice of Democracy contest. She's also a state qualifier in speech and debate. We expect a lot of things out of her next year. Laura King, please come forward. Laura? Congratulations. The next awards I'd like to present are the Fine Arts Excellence Awards for those students in art education, drama, and speech. Our top art student this year is a senior. We hope she's going to go on and become an art teacher. That's what she's told me. We're looking forward to seeing her someday in an art classroom. I watched her this last spring. Sarah Hirschman. Sarah, come forward, please. The next young lady is also very talented, particularly in the music area. She's a senior. We hope when she goes on to college, we'll be able to see her sing someplace. She's a very talented young lady. Jenny Barlow, our top vocal music student. Jenny, that's you. So I say, Jennifer, we'll get you by surprise. The next young man's been up here quite often this morning. I'd like to recognize him for 2 awards in drama. He is our national qualifier in speech. He's going to Chicago this year. He's also our top senior speech and drama award winner this year. He's got a production on. I'll put in a little plug for him this Friday night. Mr. Bob Klein. Bob, please come forward. The next young man is also a senior. He's our top instrumental winner. I'm looking him right in the eye, Mr. Tom Wyatt, senior. Tom?
We will now pause for a minute so that our second group of speakers may take the stage.
If you'd like to stand up and stretch, we'll give you a 2-minute stretch break.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's have a seat. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we may have your attention, please. We're waiting, ladies and gentlemen. We need your attention before we can proceed.
When Mr. Parks was at the podium a little while ago, he called two of our outstanding vocational students' names. People apparently up front heard it, those in the back did not. So we're going to recall those names again and ask those people to come up front because they definitely deserve to get that chance to walk up here on this stage. Would Mark Joncture please come forward? And Mark is in our carpentry program, and he's the outstanding vocational student.
Congratulations.
That's some peer group you have, Mark, because when they got together and said, hey, get up there and tell those people about that, so that's great. Our next one is Kristen Keister, was a representative from the cosmetology department.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
The fifth section of the ceremony this morning is the teacher recognition. Miss Amy Williams and Mr. Aaron Smith will be recognizing the 1991 Teacher of the Year, and the retiring teachers and staff will be recognized by Mr. Chuck Parsons.
Good morning. Each year, the National Honor Society chooses a Teacher of the Year. The group chooses this teacher based on their display of concern and interest in the students. Although each teacher has these qualities, obviously through their choice of profession, the Honor Society attempts to choose a teacher who has gone far above what has been defined as their duty. This award is certainly an honor. Through hard work and sincerity, each Teacher of the Year has gained the respect of those students that they teach, as well as all those with whom they come into contact.
This year's Teacher of the Year is truly a remarkable human being. Many people have trouble when it comes to sacrificing part of themselves for others, but this person has never had second thoughts about it. If every day when he woke up, he would make a list of things to do for the day, he would undoubtedly place himself at the very bottom of the list, behind the wants and needs of his students, his family, and his friends. He never fails to find time to help anybody who asks him, even if it would be taken away from some of his own free time. Some people were born to be teachers, and it is obvious that this man is one of them. I'm one of the many people who have been blessed by knowing him. His hard-working attitude has its own special way of rubbing off onto everyone around him, and his constant encouragement of others never ceases to let them know that he really cares for them. His wife bought a plaque for him one day because she thought that its words were perfect in describing the kind of man that he really is. It read, "Blessed is the man to whom his work is a pleasure, by whom his friends are encouraged, with whom all feel comfortable, in whom a clear conscience abides, and through whom his children see God." His wife was absolutely right. He is all of the above and much, much more. You may wonder how I know all of these wonderful things about this man. I know them because he is my father, Mr. Jesse Smith. Congratulations, Dad.
I don't know what to say other than I know a lot of teachers here that probably deserve this a lot more than what I do. I think this teaching, I've been a carpenter for a long time, and this teaching is something that I just love doing. I don't like to say this in front of these people that pay me, but I have said it many times. I do it for half the money. I love this. Thanks a lot. I had the pleasure of interviewing Mr. Smith, and I know that he is a man who does quietly serve. And as many eyes were filled with tears as that presentation was made, I reflected upon a letter I received, a letter of recommendation, explaining the qualities of Jesse and why he should be selected as a teacher in our district. And at the conclusion of that letter, it said, "You may wonder how I know these things about this man. It's because he's my father." A very similar line to the one that was just used. Thank you for serving so well, Jesse. There are many ways to serve. Today, it is my pleasure to recognize several individuals who have served you many times in quiet ways and from behind the scenes. I would like to recognize 3 individuals this morning who are retiring from the profession of serving youth. 2 of them are here. I would like to call to the stage Mrs. Lillian Perdue and Mr. David Walters. Many of you know Mrs. Perdue because she has served lunches to you for years. She's helped at banquets. Some of you may have had the pleasure of working with her in the scouting program. She is truly a friend of mine, someone who cares about students and who has quietly served them in a variety of ways. Mr. David Walters is a very good personal friend of mine. I particularly like him because he hired me. He taught me all the things that I think are worthy of knowing in our profession. And he has served our district since 1958 as a middle school teacher, middle school principal, high school principal, and assistant superintendent. I hope you will join me in applauding the 2 of them and wishing them well in their years of retirement. And on behalf of you and our school system, I would like to present both of them with this silver plaque recognizing their years of service. In Mrs. Perdue's case, she has served you for 31 years. And in Mr. Walters' case, he has served you for 33. So please join me in applauding them.
Athletic achievement is the next section of the ceremony. The Grizzly Memorial Award will be given by Mr. Glenn Wojciak. The Tony Detweiler Memorial will be presented by Mr. Mark Ogerchak. Corporal Joe Forlines will recognize the Marine Distinguished Athletes. The Scholar Athletes will be recognized by Major Ken Johnson. The Helen Allen Libert Memorial will be given by Mrs. Sally Porter. And Mr. Nelson Axelrod will recognize the Boosters Club Outstanding Athletes, and the Ohio High School Athletic Association athletes will be recognized by Mr. John Sprinkle and Mr. Bill Owenschlager.
It's my pleasure to be here on behalf of Sun Newspapers to present the 1991 Grizzly Memorial Award. This award was created back in 1945 when the paper was still the News Banner and the publisher was a man named H.J. Hall. He created the award to honor outstanding athletes in Wadsworth who had served their country in World War II. The winner, though, is selected each year by the kids here in school and their coaches. To be eligible, the winner must play varsity football and at least one other varsity sport. But more than that, the winner has to display team spirit clean play, leadership, sound classroom work, a willingness to follow orders without complaint, and he must attend practices faithfully. This year's winner, he certainly meets all those qualifications and a lot more. He's obviously earned the respect of his coaches and his teammates both on and off the field, and in order to win this honor this year, he had to outpull some outstanding candidates for it. I truly admire his determined play as a defensive lineman in football and as an outstanding performer in track and field. The winner of the Grizzly Memorial this year is Matt Taggart.
About 8 years ago today, I received the Tony Detweiler Memorial Award, and it was very, very impressive to me because here was a young man who was about your age and died of cancer. And I always think about this award because I'm lucky to be alive and I'm lucky to be healthy. And I'd like to present this award to Matt Taggart, because he's a hard worker, and the teachers like him, and the students like him, and he's a great guy from what I understand. So come on up here, Matt, and
Good morning. My name's Corporal Forlines, and I'm with the 2nd Marine Division. I just came home, and I learned that there were awards to be given out, and I asked my recruiter, Sergeant Smith, if I could give this award out because it would give me time to thank you for the support that you gave us troops over in Saudi Arabia and Kuwait during the war. I just want to give you all a round of applause. It feels really good to be home. I just want to remind you all that we're not all home yet, so keep up the support. This year's Distinguished Athlete Award goes to, and she's been up here before because they said she's a very nice girl, goes to Becky Gill.
The two students that the United States Army Reserve is honoring have achieved the winning combination: excellence in both academics, which is of utmost importance, and athletics. They have achieved a balance to which many people aspire, but only a handful achieve. The U.S. Army Reserve National Scholar Athlete Award was created in 1981 by the Army Reserve to honor top students. Today's recipients join a long list of distinguished scholar athletes, students who are team captains, debate champions, student officers, community leaders, and Olympic athletes, students who have put forth that extra effort to be all they can be. I am proud to have the opportunity to honor two of the nation's finest young people. This year's Wadsworth High School Army Reserve National Scholar Athletes are Michelle McComas and Greg Sable.
The Helen Allen Liebert Memorial Award is given to recognize a senior girl athlete who has won a varsity award her senior year and who has lettered in one other sport during her high school career. This award is given in recognition of good athletic ability, sound moral character, leadership, cooperation, team play, and at least a C average. Each year, the selection is very difficult, and again this year, the choice was not easy. Our recipient has earned 8 letters, 4 in cross-country and 4 in track. She works in the Cooperative Business Education Program and has maintained good grades and participated in our athletic program. Becky Gill is planning to attend University of Akron in the fall. Becky, would you please come forward?
Your All Sports Booster Club would like to recognize the top senior athletes, male and female. This young lady, 2 letters in volleyball. She holds the school and suburban league track record for the shot and discus. Amy Wieland. Also, we'd like to recognize Terry Link, the most outstanding male athlete, senior, 1 letter football, defensive back, wide receiver, 3 letters wrestling, 29-3 record.
The Ohio High School Athletic Association, OHSAA, the governing body for high school athletics in the state, has seen fit to honor a male and female student athlete at each member school in the state. The criteria include having won 4 varsity letters and having the highest grade point average at the end of the first semester of their senior year. I am happy to have the honor of presenting one of these awards to a most deserving athlete whom I have been privileged to coach. One of her teachers describes her as possessing an inner strength. Another speaks of her serenity and gentleness. Yet another speaks of her compassion for others. All recognize her intellect. As a coach, I saw a willingness to work hard and a quiet intensity that allowed her to win 70% of her third singles matches. It is with pleasure that I call a beautiful person, Naomi Futamura, to the stage to be recognized as one of WHS's OHSAA Scholar Athletes. We can get this out of the wrapping. Congratulations.
Jesse, since you get to park beside the carpentry place, I was just wondering if I could have your parking spot. I'm getting old. At Wadsworth High School, we're blessed with a lot of talented people. I think today you've seen some of our more talented people and some of the things that they can achieve. William Somerset Maugham said a long time ago in a rather loose paraphrase, if you refuse to accept anything but the very best, you very often get it. I was privileged to have the recipient of this award in chemistry class. He was the best chemistry student we had that year. He's participated in track 4 years, received 4 letters. He's been a regional qualifier, I will assume, 4 times. Most people never get there once. He's been in cross country 3 years, state qualifier once. He's a member of a school record-holding 3,200-meter relay. He's been up here before, and his name is Todd McMillan. Todd? Would be in Medina's colors.
The last section of the 1991 Recognition Day ceremony is the Leadership and Character Awards. Dr. Nancy Meadows will present the Martin Essex School for the Gifted Award, the I Dare You Award, the Jerry Ann Sechrist Memorial, the Lori Sechrist Memorial, and the Women's Leadership Award. Mr. Roger Greckney will recognize the Students of the Month. Mrs. Karen Longfield will recognize the Whisperer Outstanding Seniors. The Gyro Club Award will be given by Mr. Chuck Johnston, and the Goldstein Memorials will be given by Mrs. Linda Kramer.
The Martin Essex School for the Gifted and Talented is sponsored by the Ohio Department of Education for the development of leadership skills in Ohio's most capable high school students. During the week-long seminar this summer at Ohio State University, students will learn about leadership, communications, government, and business. Competition for this program is very tough. Only 50 students from Ohio are chosen. Students are selected for their maturity, insight, and commitment to excellence. In the 16 years of this program, Wadsworth has had only one other representative. So in being selected this year for this award, Jeanette Wise brings honor not only to herself, but to our school. Congratulations, Jeanette. Please come forward. Two juniors are awarded the National I Dare You Leadership Award in recognition of personal integrity, balanced living, and potential for leadership. The awards are made available each year by the American Youth Foundation, which was founded by John Danforth, president of the Ralston Purina Company. Mr. Danforth hoped to inspire young people to lead through balanced lives of mental, physical, social, and spiritual development. The two juniors who demonstrate this kind of healthy living and service to others are Ann Snyder and Adam Bluebaugh. One other accomplishment which has come to our attention just in the past day, which we want to recognize, is the Hugh O'Brien Leadership Conference. Each year, one sophomore is selected to attend the Ohio Workshop for Potential Future Leaders. The Ohio Conference then chooses one participant to go on to an international gathering of high school students. These young people, all of whom have excellent academic achievement as well as participation in activities, learn the skills needed to become leaders in their schools, in their communities, and in their future nation. While one candidate always represents Wadsworth at the state meeting, this is the first time that we have had a student selected for the international conference. Would like for you to congratulate Wendy Sayer. When you become a teacher, you think that you're going to inspire your students, and sometimes it works the other way around. Your students inspire you. And that was the case with two young ladies who graduated from Wadsworth High School, Jerry Ann and Lori Segrist. I would like to first recognize their mother, Mrs. Eula Segrist, who is with us today. The Jerry Ann Segrist Memorial has been given since 1977, the year of her graduation. Although Jerry Ann waged a battle against cancer, she achieved high goals in the classroom and in extra activities. Her special desire to learn and her strong belief in God inspired everyone around her. In memory of Jerry Ann, the National Honor Society established this award to be given to a senior girl who demonstrates those same qualities of persistence and motivation and who places high value on education. The 1991 recipient is like Jerry Ann. She works hard and she gives freely of her time to help her friends and her family. I'm pleased to honor Bonnie Lynn. Lori Segrist was Jerry Ann's younger sister and also a victim of cancer. She was always supportive of her sisters and her family. She was the sunshine in their lives. She was also known here at school for the warm smile and kind word that she had for everyone that she met. In spite of her pain, she pursued a college education and a career in music. The 1991 recipient of the Sunshine Award is like Lori Ann in many ways. She always is positive, always has a smile. She's friendly and helpful to her classmates, family, and teachers. Please congratulate Patty Morton. Two people in the class of 1991 who have been largely responsible for student activities and school spirit over the past 4 years. Their ability to get other people working has helped to make many events successful. They have communicated well with both their peers and with the staff. The two women we honor today as leaders of their class have demonstrated strong character and conviction, often in the face of adversity. Their caring has made a difference. And I'm pleased to present these awards to Lori Sheehan and Michelle McComas.
These next awards for Wadsworth's 8 male and 8 female Students of the Month for the 1990-91 school year are a little different from the other awards that have been presented this morning in that the winners have been previously announced and recognized throughout the year. Today we're going to call each of them forward so you can see once again who they are, and we'll be presenting each of them with certificates for their achievements. A little bit about the Student of the Month program. It is a county-wide program. It takes place in all 8 of the Medina County high schools. The Student of the Month program is sponsored by the Medina County Gazette and the Kiwanis and Key Clubs of Medina County. Each month from October through May, each of the 8 schools selects a male and female Student of the Month, and then the delegates who make the choices get together once a month at a central location to also choose county-wide Students of the Month. Criteria for the selections are leadership, scholarship, school and community service, employment, and participation in music, drama, or athletics. For you sophomores and juniors in the audience who are potentially interested in applying for a Student of the Month next year, I will have applications available next fall, starting right away in September, and the first Students of the Month will be selected near the end of October. So the way that works is you fill out the application, you turn it in, and then we keep it on file. If you're not selected right away the first month or two, you don't have to keep reapplying each month, of course. We just keep your application on file. I don't make the selections myself. I'm just the advisor for the program here at Wadsworth. I would like to recognize just for a minute at this time the 5 students who do make the selections or who have this year. They are my Student of the Month Selection Committee, and I'll just announce who these people are. Todd McMillan and Lori Sheehan have both served for 2 years as Student of the Month Selection Committee members. Tara Palmer was the 3rd senior on the committee, and the 2 junior members of the committee were Jim Williams and Jenny Giordano. Now for the I'm going to have Mr. Paglia help me with the presentations of the Students of the Month. He'll announce the winners here, and I'll pass out the certificates.
For the month of October, and also selected as the Medina County Student of the Month was Michelle McComas, and her cohort that month was Bob Klein. Bob, please come forward, Michelle. For the month of November, and also selected as the Medina County Student of the Month, Naomi Futamura, and also Greg Sable. Please come forward. For the month of December, Stephanie Bisco and Todd McMillan. Please come forward. The month of January, we had Bonnie Lynn and Aaron Smith. Please come up. For the month of February, we had a junior who was voted Outstanding Student of the Month, along with Linda Keller, a senior for February, and John Feaster, our junior. John? For the month of March, Tara Palmer, and Brendan Lyons. Please come forward. For the month of April, Eric Nixon and Maria Freed, please come forward. And for our last month of May, Jessica Alexander and Terry Link, please come forward.
For many years, there was a very special honor given to one outstanding senior girl. She was elected by her class to be called the Annual Queen. In 1977, the yearbook staff decided this honor should also go to an outstanding young man. It's a little bit different than many awards here today because this award is given by you to one of your own. It's not picked by a committee. There's no selection process. You have done that through 12 years of being in school together. It goes to two young people who in 12 years have shown their friendship, their leadership, their athletics and scholarship, who've been a part of your life. And today, we, through you, honor them. This year's winners, Michelle McComas and Greg Sable.
I am Chuck Johnston, president of the Wadsworth Gyro Club. Gyro Club is a member of Gyro International, an international fraternity dedicated to friendship. Friendship being one of the most important qualities of life. This award is made to the student who has demonstrated to the faculty and to his fellow students that quality of understanding and compassion of being what is best known as a friend. The candidate and the awardee this year has shown this both by his word and above by his actions. He is well liked by his student body and by his class as being a friend. This award goes to Eric Hudson of this class.
What a wonderful morning. The Goldstein Awards are character awards. They are given to persons who are all around good people. They're willing to go the extra mile. They're liked by everyone, and they're very important awards. It's a big honor for me to give these awards this morning, as I knew Ed and I knew Arnie Goldstein. The Goldstein family came to Wadsworth in 1942, and at the time they were the only Jewish family in the community. Mr. Goldstein was a pharmacist, and he opened a drugstore called the G&H drugstore, where the VFW hall is right now next to Wyris. He was very respected and liked in the community. He was asked to be mayor. He was asked to run for consul. He chose not to be involved politically. Many times he would be called in the middle of the night as a pharmacist from someone needing medicine, and he was always willing to go down to the store and open the door and help whoever was in need. He had 5 children, and 3 of those children became doctors. Mrs. Goldstein now resides in Canton. He was a very gentle man and a very nice person.
and it's truly an honor to receive the Ed Goldstein Award. I would like to present this award to someone that fits this criteria very well, Aaron Smith. Arnie Goldstein was Ed's son, and he graduated from this school in 1954. And I know that seems like ancient history to you, but not too long ago to me. He was an Eagle Scout. He was a member of the National Honor Society. He was an artist. He was president of his class. He was president of student council. He was very popular, and everyone liked him, which was quite an accomplishment to be a Jewish student at that time. He was nominated to West Point, but he went to Oberlin College and went through medical school. He became a doctor and was a flight surgeon with the U.S. Navy. He died at sea July 19, 1964, at the age of 27. It's a great honor for me to award this because I went to school with Arnie and I knew him very, very well, and I'm still in touch with the family. I would like to award this to someone who you all know and respect, the man of La Mancha, Bob Klein.
This concludes the awards presentations. I want to thank the parents, relatives, and friends, the honored guests and presenters that have made this ceremony possible. Most of all, I want to thank all of you, all the students sitting in this gymnasium today. Many of you have not received awards. Many of us in life will go through life without receiving awards. But each of you, each and every one of you, contribute to making Wadsworth High School what it is and Wadsworth Community what it is. And Wadsworth Community is a nice place to live. For those that you have received awards, it has indeed for many of us been a pleasure to sit here and listen to the accomplishments of individuals that have excelled in specific areas. I ask each of you to accept your rewards with pride, but also humility. Your accomplishments are the result of your motivation and your hard work. But your parents, your teachers, and your friends have helped to guide you and mold you toward this success. Enjoy your recognition. You deserve it. But appreciate those in your life that have helped you get where you are today. I thank each and every one of you. At this time, for those of you that have received an award today, you will go to the library, and the family and guests will also go to the library where we have a reception for you. The rest of us will return to first period at this time.